Dave here. I'm with Clare De Graaf. Clare, what are characteristics of a good leader?
Well, I tell people the best test of a good leader is would anyone follow you if they didn't have to. Now, if you think about a general or some companies, people will follow a bad general because they're going to get shot or put in jail if they didn't. That doesn't necessarily make them a good leader, it just makes them in charge. But for a Christian, the test should be, I so trust Clare's character and his competence and his courage that I'm actually willing to follow him. I'm not exactly sure where he wants me to go, but I don't doubt his love for God and his love for me. I'm willing to risk it. That's for me the holy grail of Christian leadership. So it isn't just leadership in the church or in some kind of ministry, even in my family, that there are times when I've made some decisions or some proclamations that my kids weren't wild about, because my wife wasn't even wild about. The question is, and sometimes I'll turn to them, do you question at all my love for you? No, I don't. Then will you trust me? When the answer is yes, then I know that I've crossed that threshold. When the answer is no, then I realize I have more work to do. And I can't ask them to have confidence in me. I mean, I can't, by an act of the will, get people to actually trust me. My job is to earn their confidence.
Is everyone a leader?
I think everyone's a leader in this sense, that whether you lead a big organization or you simply lead another person, that I think all Christians are called to have the kind of character and competency and courage that people say, I would like to be like him, or I would like to be like her. So I think to that extent, if there ought to be someone that wants to be more like us because we're more like Jesus.
How do you obtain the qualities of a good leader?
Wow, that's a great question. And there's no magic formula for that. I think, first of all, I think we need to inhale Scripture, because Scripture is still our best, because when we are the kind of person who's a true follower of Jesus, it's addictive. People want what you want. The other thing is I want to hang out with people who are leaders. And that doesn't mean just A-types like I contend to be, but just people who are godly people. And I try to think about why is it I find them so attractive? Why do I like hanging out with this person? Why do I learn so much? And so therefore, how can I do that in my life? So whether they think about it or not, when I'm watching people, they're mentoring me. Now, mentoring can be both good and bad. I've sat with Christian leaders and said, I'm never going to handle that situation that way. So they've actually taught me something because of how they handled it poorly. Now, that's not an example for a good Christian leader, but I like to watch people, and I like to say, I like the way this person handled themselves, and I like the way they handled this situation. I might do it a little bit differently, but I like to observe people a lot.